construct this knowledge. I want them to feel the need to discover for themselves and practice the skills in different situations. I want them to have access to hands-on activities and allow them adequate time and a space to use the materials that will reinforce the lessons and help them create opportunities for individual discovery and more construction of the knowledge to occur. What's also as important is self-discovery for the student. This is having an opportunity to study things that are meaningful and relevant to their life, their interests, and in developing having a curriculum that will foster motivation and will stimulate their passion for learning. One way that I would like to see this happen is take the learning in a direction that's relevant to that student's interest, invite the students to dialogue about the lesson and the unit of study, the unit that we're studying. I want to give them opportunity for them to have input, to generate student ideas, and want them to set goals that are much richer activities than I could have created myself. Or I would love for students to have that ownership that in the curriculum that I feel like that will motivate them to work harder and master the skill necessary to reach that goal, because they had their hands in that curriculum. They helped the questions that they asked also provided learning opportunities for their classmates and themselves. I would like to help students develop a deep love and a respect for themselves and others and their environment. And I think this is going to happen through sharing ideas, discipline. When the voice of one of my students is heard, I believe that when they feel this, that their environment around them evolves where they feel free to express themselves. One way to do this is through class meetings and encourage dialogue with my students. I believe that children that feel like they have a voice have a greater respect for their teachers, their peers, their environment. Let's see. I feel very strongly about setting fair and consistent rules. This helps a student feel safe and they're sure of what's expected of them. I want my students to understand the importance of every activity that we do in our classroom. I want my students to show respect for their classmates, and I want to show my students respect for their presence and their time that they're putting into the classwork and their presence in the classroom. I feel like that's very important because I feel like this models and will help them understand about respecting themselves and others and their environment around them. For me, teaching provides an opportunity for continued learning and growth. One of my hopes as an educator is to instill the love of learning in my students as I model and share my own passion for learning. I feel very strongly that there is a need for compassion and strong and dedicated individuals that are excited about working with children. In our competitive society, it's important for students not to only receive a solid education, but to work with someone who is aware of and is sensitive to their individual needs. I feel like I am such that person, and I want to always strive to be the best educator I can for our future. Thank you.